Bartlett scuffling a little bit lately. 1 for his last 12 over his last 4 games. Little looper out of the center. That's going to fall in front of Marlon Byrd. So not necessarily good wood on it, but 1 for his last 12. He will take that as a leadoff base hit.
And Kevin's last start, one we referred to that gave him the
still available. You don't want to give too much life to this Rays team. Bartlett weak to right field. Bautista in. Hill going out, and it will drop in for a base hit. Bautista has it, and Jaso pulls up at second base. So the Rays back in business here with a couple of base hits to start the 5th.
7 degrees our game time temperature today. Lifted in the air toward right field, shallow right. Thomas will not get there. It'll drop in, a base hit.
Let's take a look at the rest of the Tigers defense behind Washburn this afternoon. You've got
upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, Rocco, that's a great topic. And a line drive over the head of Lynn into right field. Jason will make the turn. Bautista comes to get the ball, and the Rays have their second hit. Well, as you know, Rocco
away. But again, now all of a sudden 3-2 with a guy that can steal bases. Comes in with 24 steals. You better throw a strike.
He does, and it's another base hit. And Bartlett continues to tear up the Orioles. He gets.
They could start him at 7 different positions. Here goes Bartlett. Teagarden's throw not in time, and Bartlett has stolen base number 26. Thrown out only 6 times all year.
He got a pretty good jump. I think Taylor might have had a chance if he could have dropped the ball on the other side of the bag and made the tag a little bit easier. But the tag had to go from the shortstop side back to the bag.
Great catch.
He did.
In right field to give Nathan a little help in closing that one out.
Yeah, 1 out in the top.
There goes Bartlett.
That's first move right there, Dwayne.
Bartlett easily has a steal, his 30th of the years. Crawford took the pitch high for a ball.
That's jumping first move right there. That's how you steal off of Andy. You just guessed right. Watch, as soon as Andy moves the right leg, Bartlett's gone. See, and Andy, he's already determined he's going home. That's what I was talking about with lefties. They already determine which way they're going. They don't see the guy go when they lift their leg and then throw over there. They're already locked in on home plate. So Jason.
base hit.
First ball, high fastball, and Bartlett takes it into left field. This is up and out over the plate, and Bartlett doesn't hesitate for a moment. He's one of their premier base runners, although A.J. got him at third base last night. He's 20 for 22.
And a base hit. Line down the left side. Allman with a pickup, and Bartlett's on his way to second with a double. Jason's second hit. The Rays have 4 hits in this inning.
Number 16,
26th double of the year for Jason Bartlett. Had a ball in, maybe a little bit in off the inside corner, but nice short swing. Look at him get inside the ball right there. Nice compact swing. Good shot on Foxmo right there, just out of the reach of Lopez.
Well, I agree with you 100%.
That ball hit in the air high and deep left center field. That is way back, and goodbye home run. About 5 rows deep on that shot, and that will tie the ball game up. When you've got this kind of a hitter in the top 10 in average and hitting the long ball, hitting at the bottom part of your order, you've got something going, and Bartlett's got something going. 1-1, his 5th homer of the year.
Well, this is going to be the first home run, and again, it's not that you don't trust your stuff. You just make a bad pitch. You can see right there, great side angle, belt high, 5th home run of the year. Most he's ever hit is 7, off to a great start. So for Brad Bergeson, that's the 4th home run of the year. All the other home runs were by left-handed hitters.
In the month of September, you want to be in the hunt.
High fly ball hit a ton to left, way back, and this ball is way gone. Yikes, Jason Bartlett has just hit his 12th. Another home run today for the Rays. That is their second of the game. It's going to make it 8-2.
That has been the Achilles heel for Washburn since coming to Detroit. That is now the 11th home run he has given up in 6 Tiger starts.
Bartlett gets his 59th RBI
at first base. 1-0 count. Runner goes to second. They fake the throw, and it'll be a stolen base for Bartlett. One of the easier ones he will get on the year. Chad Moeller, the decision already made before he took off that they would not throw through and risk that run being scored.
Runner goes. That's what you do when you get hit. Take off.
You know what? That's exactly right. You know, you're sick and tired of it. You want to hit me? I'm going to steal second, steal third, and I'll score. That's really that's the way you look at it. I mean, you put it in your mind. Okay, that's about the only way you can retaliate when you get hit, because
some MVP consideration, doesn't he?
Oh, what a monster year! Absolutely. There's Bartlett shooting it into left center field. That's going to go all the way back to the wall. Extra bases. Gutierrez with the pickup, and Bartlett stops with the double. Jason's on for the 4th time tonight.
This is good news leading up to the postseason, because the Rays are going to be in, and Jason's swinging the bat now. This is really good news, because they're going to face some lefties if and when they get there, and they're going to be there. There's your Scott replay. Nice swing, short, compact, in the gap, left center field. But he's 2 for 2 tonight, 2 walks. He had some good at-bats against the Yankees. He's got his batting average up now to 255.
That happening, but he had to stop at third. That one belted toward the corner, and Upton comes home. It is 2-0 Tampa Bay on an RBI double by Bartlett. His 65th run batted in.
Slider that Kevin was trying to throw down and away looked like it got a lot of the plate, stayed up, and Bartlett was able to swing the bat pretty well and hit it pretty hard. He wants it down and away. Instead, looks like it's on the inside half of the plate instead.
Well, that's already 4 hits for Millwood, who allowed only 3 in his 7 innings.
Now one out toward left center field. Borges is not going to get this one all the way to the wall. And Bartlett is on board with a leadoff double. 21st of the year for Bartlett. #12th hit of the night for Tampa Bay.
There's so many weapons throughout this entire lineup, and Joe Maddon is able.
Hammer to the gap at left center field. That's down. It's another hit for Bartlett. Upton coming to third base. He's in there standing up. Bartlett has a double. His 3rd hit.
That's one of the reasons why Bartlett is having the kind of year that he's having. He's not giving away at bats. Even though they have an 8-run lead in the 7th inning, he is approaching this like it's a 0-0 game, and the game is on the line. Look at that concentration. Head down on the baseball, and he centers that one pretty good.
Single, double, and a homer for Bartlett.
Batting average.
Jason Bartlett shooting one up the right field line. That's going to go into the corner. Navarro hitting third. Foley's going to put up the stop sign for him there. And the Rays have men at second and third. The throw back in was mishandled, but no way you can anticipate that.
No, I think Tom Foley did the right thing. This ball's up and away, and Jason, that's his 2nd hit going to right field. Bautista closed fast. The honor's hustling. He's thinking of trying to score. Tom Foley gets down the line here at third base and puts up the stop sign. And had Hill caught that ball, he would have.
Back to the top of the order, Jason Bartlett. Bartlett's going to put one down the line in left field. Reimold going over to get it. Bartlett will make a turn and head to second base. Here's Reimold's throw, not in time. And Bartlett is 2 for 2. And the potential tying run with 2 downs on at second base. And for David Hernandez, what looked like an inning where he had a chance to get through it with the first 2 outs and a strikeout and a ground ball has disappeared.
Well, he gave up the.
But Scherzer, that wasn't a well-located changeup.
Drilled toward the gap in left center. It's down. Base hit. Let's see if this gets a run in. Johnson coming to third. They're going to try and score him. Here comes Peralta's relay. It's held up. And Tampa takes the lead 1-0 on the RBI hit by Jason Bartlett.
I don't know how they're going to score that, but it probably should be a double in an air. Rayburn just didn't pick the ball up in left field. He tried to pick it up with his glove. It's a fastball right down the middle, ripped by Bartlett into the outfield. Rayburn reached down once, and then he reached down twice, and that allowed Johnson to come around and score from first base.
Only the 3rd hit of the game given up by Scherzer.
What an at-bat. Key situation. There's a shot by Jason Bartlett into left field. That one is over Willett's head, and it bangs off the fence. So on the first pitch of the 7th inning, Jason Bartlett comes right back with a double off the fence and left. Bartlett, it was 3rd hit of the game. Jumped all over this first pitch. Fastball elevated. It's a rocket off the wall, not too far away from the 387 sign. I'll tell you what, how impressive was Urban Santana last night to get to.
Bartlett in the batter's box. And there's a base hit up the left field line. Upton headed to third, Bartlett into second base, and the big stop sign goes up by Tom Foley at third base as Upton puts on the brakes there. Bartlett doubles his 19th 2-base hit of the year, and the hit parade continues in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Mattis looking like a deer in the headlights right now. He doesn't know what's hit him. And I would imagine Buck's going to have to go out there and get him. It has all come to a crashing halt here for the young left-hander as the Rays just pounding the baseball here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, the Rays are now 4 of 7 with runners in scoring position.
Breaking ball stays in the middle of the plate, and he rifles it down the line.
The Game 7 when he's a member of the Florida Marlins. That's right, yeah. There were so many great moments, and 9-1-1 was so fresh in everybody's mind that I think even there's a ground ball that Figgins couldn't quite get. I think even Yankee haters had a moment or two where they could root for the Yankees in New York during that series. Young Kim got the home run there to Scott Brocious. That ball was skull. That's the hot corner and a bad hop. It's just like a putting green after a lot of rounds of golf. Gonna get a bad hop. That was a tough one.
There's a nice hole over there between short and third.
And there's a little looper, base hit. Bartlett, a soft line drive out of the reach of Roberts for his 3rd hit. And the Rays have a base runner with 1 out of the 9th.
Well, he fought it off. He got inside it. They tried to come in on him, and Jason brought his hands in and drops it over Brian Roberts' head for the single.
At home plate.
Yeah, I don't think the hitter likes that. See the pitcher in the sun, and he's in the shade.
Hard shot past Ian Kinsler. If he comes up with that, then he's thinking game-ending double play, but instead Bartlett, who started the game with a base hit, keeps it going with a base hit, and the tying run will come to the plate in Carl.
I mean, he's part of the reason these guys Had one of the best records in baseball during the last couple of months of 2009.
There's a shot toward right center field. That's in there. A slider hit all the way to the wall. Bartlett's on his way to second with a double. Well, that one hovered up there, and Jason jumped on it, and the Rays have a man in scoring position.
Exactly right. One of the very few mistakes by San Diego pitching tonight. It's the hanging slider. See, it misses up over the heart of the plate, and Jason's all over it. That's what happens with big-time mistakes in the big leagues. They get hit. So that gets you going for the Rays. Runner at second, one out. 12th double for Jason.
And it's lifted up the right side toward the line. Kearns coming in a hurry. It's going to fall for a base hit. That will score Zobrist. And into second base goes Bartlett with a double. It's a 4-0 game.
He'll take it. Hit in the right spot. Tough play for Laporta. As three Indian players converge on that ball. You see it gets underneath it. The ball beats him. But he knows it's got a chance to fall in. Nice effort by Laporta. But Jason Bartlett got a break right there, and the Rays will take it.
So the Rays turn the...
That's tough. They get it back in. So Ducks on the pond, one out on the double by Jason Bartlett.
Bartlett started out this year red hot, and he continues to swing a good solid bat. This is one of the few times he's hit in the 2 spot, and at least for the moment it pays dividends.
So if there is a bright spot for the Rays, the fact of the matter coming into this game, they've had trouble picking up hits and trouble scoring runs. There's another hit to add to the total. Jaso will hold up at third, and Bartlett has a double. 7th hit of the game for Tampa. You mentioned it, Pat. You know, the hitters may be trying to get a little selfish, but Percy comes into this game riding a 10-inning scoreless streak. And
if he walks Bartlett, I think he goes to Hughes.
There's a ground ball base hit through the middle, and Bartlett has his second hit tonight. Only the third of the game for the Rays. A 2-out single gets Upton to the plate.
Clean single right here. 3-1 fastball. Jason just goes down and gets it. Rifles a bullet. One hop into center field. Posada giving him more time. Hughes is ready.
Bartlett with 2 hits. And another one. A line drive out of the reach of Asturias. Bartlett makes the turn and hangs on right there. 7 runs, 14 hits accumulated by the Tampa Bay offense today. This is like some mania going on in Iowa. A little ground ball down to third. Cantu cannot get the throw away as he got to the ball, but lost his footing, left his feet. And Bartlett has a base hit.
Jason will take that. Take the extra point. Get that batting average up there. That's his third hit today. Cantu with the dive on Foxmo. No chance once he's flattened out like that to get Jason Bartlett.
Here's activated, and when Encarnacion put on the disabled list, and greeted rather rudely by Jason Bartlett. 2-strike pitch up the middle for a base hit.
Third time tonight that he has reached base via the base hit. So his average keeps climbing. He started the day third in the American League, behind Joe Mauer and Ichiro Suzuki. Curveball that hangs over the plate. And Bartlett stays hot.
Line drive, that's a base hit.
It's a really nice start to the homestand. You look at the Rays, they were playing really good baseball coming in to Seattle. Last 10 games, winning 7 out of the 10.
Runner goes, and it's a hit and run base hit to right field. Upton is on his way to third. He'll get in there easily. A single for Bartlett gives him 3 hits tonight, and the Rays in good shape now, trying to tack some runs on.
That's why strike one is very, very important in a situation like that when you've got a true base stealer and you got a good bat handler. And you could start the runner knowing that Bartlett's going to put the ball in play somewhere, and he did it to perfection. He sliced it right past Cabrera. Upton looked in to see where the ball was, which made it real easy for him to get over to third.
David Hernandez working against Bartlett with 1 down. Hernandez has certainly found his spot. That's going to be a base hit into left field, so a 2-hit ball game for Bartlett. Hernandez as a starter just struggled. As a reliever, 17 games. Just 2 runs in 3 games since the.
Responded nicely. 4 spot on the board. He's ahead here. 2 outs. Line drive. That'll be a base hit. Nice dive by face plant by Jack Wilson.
Take a look at Wilson. It's one thing to dive, but when you have to dive up like he did right there, you're going to do just that. Chin is going to hit the ground. A lot of these guys, when they dive, they're diving down towards the ground, but when you jump up like that, those hurt too.
3:07 with runners in scoring position.
And there's a liner into right field, going to fall for a base hit. Upton's hurrying his way to the plate. He will score standing up. And the second base goes Bartlett. Jason Bartlett drives in a run to make it 6-0.
And that's exactly what Joe Madden wants to see more of, going the other way like that on a line. He got 2 full counts in the first half. That's not a bad pitch by Strope right there. Vladdy comes up gunning. Tom Foley sending BJ all the way. He elects to go in standing and gets by Benjamin Molina.
And I'm going to tell you something. Upton was really hustling when he left the bat. And he jams him, hits a little one-hopper to first. Smoke tries to shuffle it back, and that's going to be a base hit. So Bartlett will get an infield hit.
And once Smoke couldn't catch it in the air, you knew with Jason's speed he was going to beat that one out. He'll take it. However, if he picks it clean, he's still got a pretty good shot.
Closes the book on Scott Downs. All 3 of the batters he faced have come in to score. Leadoff batter Jason Bartlett swings and pulls it through the drawn and infield. 1 run comes in to score. Right behind him, here comes the throw to the plate. It's late. Willie Ibar scored, and then the pinch hitter Reed Brignac right behind him.
Well, when you have to bring your infield in, the range is very limited, and this right here, this base hit is nothing more than the fact that the infield was drawn in. And then, of course, Freddie Lewis overthrows the cutoff man. If he hits the cutoff man, they probably might have been able to get an out at third base. But as it is, both runners.
Navarro not hitting particularly well behind him.
Has 1 sacrifice and is going to have maybe a base hit. Walker knew he was going to have to hurry and tried to hustle it out of the glove and never got it out.
Well, this is the speed factor of the game. Whether it's stealing bases, whether it's bunting, it puts pressure on the defense. And right here, again, you know, you got a backhander, you got to get it out of your glove. Jamie doesn't do that. And Huff is, you know, of course, playing first base for the first.
Here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. That's solid. And a base hit into center field by Jason Bartlett. Matthews misplays that one. Bartlett gets into scoring position. So we'll see now if the Rays can cash in on a break. Bartlett, a couple good swings the last 2 times up against Trevor Bell. Garrett just took the eye off the baseball, got underneath his glove. Now the tough hitter now, and Carl
play, and he took pride in the fact that you would come in and he would bury you right where you came in to play.
Another soft single by Bartlett. And here comes Ozzie.
Bartlett is hit into 1, ground ball double play. Grounds this one towards short. Play at second, not in time. As Torres deep in the hole could not get there. Iwamura hustling down, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, I was thinking that the only play Torres really had was at third base. Take a look, and kind of hard right here. Now, if he goes to third, he may get Gabe Gross, but there is no way. Iwamura, again, part of being a good base runner is not just stealing bases, what kind of jump you get. And if you get a good jump, you get that primary lead, good secondary lead, you're going to beat them.
For the catcher, too, he wants to see how quick the release is.
There's a line drive base hit into center field. Rodriguez will go to third. Bartlett makes the turn. And the Rays with 2 outs have men on the corners now. First and third, 2 outs for the top of the order. DJ Upton is due. Manny Acta comes out of the dugout for Cleveland.
Well, I like to see a lot of this in the second half from Jason. That's a nice, short, compact swing, and right back up the middle. Some work to do now. Third time around the lineup. This is usually when the Rays do well against a new pitcher.
And a ground ball base hit past the diving Wigginton. Bartlett will make the turn, big turn, and he will hold it first with a single. So the Rays put the leadoff hitter aboard in the 6th inning. That snaps the string of 10 straight retired by Maddox.
Yeah, a smart play by Jason Bartlett. He got it down the line. Wigginton playing even with the bag just in case of a possible bunt. And Reimold got to the ball quickly, and JB recognizes that and says, I'll stay right there, down 4 runs.
Boston has a 6.
11th in average, 3rd in runs. 7th in home runs. There's a base hit up the middle. So Jason Bartlett's got a 2-hit ball game. He's 2 for 3. And will turn the order over.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson getting that sinker ball up. His first time since coming back that he hasn't been living right.
They're going back to watch that pitcher if they've got tape on him and tendencies. 1-2 again, and another base hit.
You know what film does is it picks up tendencies from pitchers, location where it is, but it also gives you a visual of your swing and the feel that you want to have when you get into that.
Pitch to Jason Bartlett. There he goes, and the pitch is lined into right center for a base hit. Hockey will go to third. Swisher up with the ball. His toss is into second. So Iwamura goes to third on Bartlett's 2nd hit of the game.
Well, that should get Jason right at 320 after this base hit. That's another fastball. This time he tried to go in. And Jason gets his hands inside it. Pushes it out into right center field. Nice compact swing once again.
And there's a base hit, poked right in the hole.
Turned out to be just a tremendous trade for these Tampa Bay Rays. They got Bartlett, an everyday shortstop. They got Matt Garza, who's become the ace of their staff, and they got him for Delman Young. So there's another changeup. And Mark has been just throwing those too high tonight. It's as simple as that. They're not getting hit hard, but when he's right there down further and they don't get hit at all.
His dugout, along with a lot of people in his ballpark, thought he was going to bunt. Little flare into right field, and that's going to get down safely. 3 consecutive hits for the Rays here in the 5th inning. A double, a homer, and a group single, and it looks like they got the ball from the fan. It's Bobby Ramos, the bullpen coach, walking back with the ball in his hand. They're able to retrieve that souvenir.
Announced the player that he thought would be the last batter, and he'd stand outside the booth. That one is looped into center field. It is a base hit for Bartlett, who is 2 for 2 against Sabathia. And then if that batter made the final out, then Bob would make a dash for the elevator. Now, this was going
through the lineup right here with this guy. He's proven with all the 0-2, 1-2 counts. As a hitter, you say, forget about it. I'm getting after you early. You know, you may have a 4 or 5 pitch inning, and we've seen Mitch do that throughout the course of the year. But look at that.
He shoots it through the right side. And back-to-back hits for the first time tonight for Tampa. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the order now, Ben Zobrist.
So it's 8 and 9 guys. Shopping got his hit, and Bartlett has the other 2. So there's the 3 hits. That's a pretty good job going the other way, finding that hole. He pulled that change up this first at-bat. This time he goes the other way.
Swisher and Gardner have come back fine, and he believes the relievers have gotten more rest lately, even if it's at the expense of an individual game. They are looking big picture. His biggest question marks right now and concerns, Mark Teixeira, who is just generally banged up, and David Robertson, who has the muscular issue in his back.
Jason Bartlett lines one right through the box and up the middle for a base hit. He is 2 for 2 against CC. And, you know, proof positive of what.
Fastball, I kind of knew what was coming.
There you go. 1-0 pitch, and this one off the glove of Andrews as he tried to flag it down. That hard hit ball by Bartlett, and he has a base hit.
Well, he's swinging better, too. That was a nice, short, compact swing by Jason. Got a speed guy on now here to start the 4th inning. Tommy Hunter looked like a cutter again. Didn't do a whole lot. And Jason's all over it.
And with that leadoff sink.
Top 5 in a lot of offensive categories are the Rays. Runs per game, on base percentages, walks. A lot of weapons.
The other way, this will score 1. And B.J. Upton to third base. Ball gets away, and he will easily score. And safe at third is Bartlett.
Sometimes you just have to give him a base and just let him have it. Keep the double play in order. You have to hit the cutoff man. Bartlett with his 3rd hit, he slices the ball down the right field. Snyder picks it up and thinks he has a shot. Now see, he overthrows the cutoff man and it hits Upton. He's going to score on the throwing error. And Bartlett, who started at home plate, wheels all the way around to third base on the throwing error. He's dirty now.
2008, their team MVP. You have Garza coming over from the Twins in that Delman Young deal. That double pump by Eric Ibar costing it out here. Routine out just because he had trouble getting that ball out of his glove. Bartlett could run down the line and he's able to reach.
The big thing is Bartlett, even though he didn't hit that ball well, ran hard out of the batter's box to be able to beat that play out of first. That slight hesitation, lost the grip of the baseball. Next thing you know, it's an infield hit. That slight hesitation the way the ball just got loose.
In the 3rd inning, first time through the lineup.
That's yanked to left and a base hit. Checked up on Shelley Duncan, who fires it in. Oh, excuse me, Austin Kearns in left field. So the Rays get their first hit. A 2-out single here in the third.
Well, that was middle of the plate. A changeup that just stayed middle of the plate and stayed right there. And it allows Bartlett to go ahead, and he pulls it to left field. So hit number 1.
It's 8 up and 8 down for Jabba Chamberlain. That defensive help.
There's a looping base hit the other way. So Bartlett is aboard. That's all you needed to do, Kevin.
I tried to jinx it. That's why I said that. No more Mark Burley stuff going on. Seen enough of that.
You're a powerful man.
Got to talk about it when the guy's got a perfect game going.
Right back up the middle. And Peralta gets there. He tries to flip it to second for the Fours. Unable to do it. Everybody is safe. Infield hit for Bartlett. And that'll put 2 aboard now with 1 out.
One of the things that Brandon Inge allows Peralta to do, and that's kind of cheat up the middle against certain right-handed batters, because Inge covers so much ground at third base, and it's a nice play to knock it down and to glove it, but couldn't complete the play.
Kids do. Jason Bartlett lines a single into right field. Abreu's on it quickly. Coming around third and being held up there. Gabe Gross stops at third base. The ball got to Abreu in a hurry. And the Rays unable to score a run on that base hit.
Boy, Bartlett, after a tough night against Irvin Santana, that 3-hit shutout by Irvin with 3 strikeouts, had a good swing.
Here in the Tampa Bay area, involved in the Pepsi Refresh grant as well. Here's Jason Bartlett. And a liner into center field. That's a base hit. Kapler had to take a peek, and now he's held at third, but Upton did not take a peek, and he's running Kapler off the bag. Kapler forced a break to the plate, and he is out at the plate. Upton ran right back up the backside, I should say, of Kapler. Kapler was holding all the way, and Upton ran him off the bag.
I can, but then when you see the replay of the game and then other people talk to you about their experiences, yeah, it broadens over time.
Yeah.
I took, the car that the Orioles gave me that night would have been a Chevy Corvette, but then I took a Tahoe because that's more my style. I drove that to the ballpark today.
Did you?
And
Shields. That's a terrific matchup.
Look at this. Another duck snort, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
RBI number 6 for Bartlett. Every one of the hits looked like carbon copies. Inside out swing. Doesn't get a whole lot of it, just gets enough of it. This is the first single of the night, but it also chases home the first run.
So here's Crawford. He also struck out back in the first.
It's all of the above. There's no doubt about it.
I'm beginning to feel like that goldfish in the proverbial fish bowl. Base hit. Bartlett has a single, and that's the first base runner for the Rays. A 2-out single here in the third by Jason Bartlett. We'll get the DH up here.
Or go to my9tv.com. Find out the results right after the game. It's Take on Russ, brought to you by Toyota. Well, Jason Bartlett leads off the third inning with a single.
We're used to seeing Bartlett in the leadoff role, but he has struggled somewhat this year. So batting in the ninth spot, but lead.
AJ's retort to me was, well, it's easy for him to say he's not out there. I'm just missing location. So those two, I'm sure, will also talk.
There's a base hit through the left side of the infield by Bartlett. Well, that leads to this question, Ken. Usually they're on the same page. Is there a problem there? Because AJ said that's up, that's his opinion.
1 ball, 1 strike count. This is a big chance for Tampa Bay. The big inning, and that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Joyce is going to score. Jaso coming around. He'll score. Throw will come into second base. A 2 RBI base hit. And a 5-0 lead for Tampa Bay.
Another ball is going to end up in the middle of the plate. And the pitch track doesn't lie. And Bartlett, again, the most home runs he ever hit last year. A lot of people say maybe trying to hit that many again this time. Perfect swing back up the middle for 2 RBIs.
35 runs batted in on the season now for Bartlett.
Over here, Jason at 254 on the year. He's on base 4 times in the first game of this series. 2-1 right now. 42. And a line drive base hit into left. Jason, the base hit his first time up.
Stay hot, Jason. Change up. Nice piece of hitting right there. Take a look at the defense for the Mariners.
Jason at 320. Still 7th in the American League. 14 homers, 65 runs batted in. And starts the game with the base hit. Out to Marlon Byrd in center.
It's the same way Bartlett started the game last night with a little blooper to center field.
Maximum of emphasis on pitching and defense, and Bartlett certainly fits that bill at shortstop.
He was an all-star in 2009 at 320 that year. That's a base hit. Good effort by Barney. Maben on his way to third. He'll get there. Throw gets away from Ramirez, and that'll allow Bartlett to get to second base. Bartlett got caught up a little bit between first and second. I don't know if Aramis would have had a play on him at first, but as it is, it'll be a single and then an error.
Past the diving Darwin Barney into center field. Marlon Byrd comes up throwing to third base. You saw Ramirez came off the bag when he saw the throw was going to be wide. He just didn't catch that one hopper, and that was what you spoke about. Bartlett caught between the bags. If Ramirez is able to come up with that ball.
When he runs into problems early in the game, he does settle down, and not this at bat. What an at bat by Jason Bartlett, falling behind Halladay, fouling off some tough pitches, and then getting the 6th single already for the Rays. You see Halladay moving that ball around. Looks like he's going to go with that cutter. He does, and it stays over the plate.
Now Carl Cross
infield when they went to the World Series last year.
There's the base hit by Bartlett. Stroke to left field.
Pitch on its way, and it's lined into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Swisher will make the pickup. Hockey's going to score from second, and the Rays add a run. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay as Jason Bartlett drives in his 66th run of the year.
Well, Andy Pettit having a little command issues right here. This ball is also up and out over the plate. Fastball looking to go down. He got that up, and Jason does what he does best. He just goes right with it and gets another RBI with a man in scoring position with that base hit.
Over to slowly hit ground ball. Charged by Castro. Could not make the exchange. And Bartlett is on with an infield single. Bartlett benefited from that ball not being hit very hard. That made Castro try to hurry it up a little bit.
Just kind of a swing as he was running out of the batter's box. Starlin got to it in good shape. I think he would have had a play at first base on Bartlett, but just never found the handle as he went in.
The 1-2. And another base hit against Pettit as Bartlett dunks one into left field. And the hits keep coming for Tampa Bay. First and second, still just one out.
Now remember, yesterday A.J. Burnett had a short start, so the Yankees wouldn't like to see that 2 days in a row and kind of burn up the bullpen a bit. Joe Girardi would like
caliber of opposing starters he will face in the major leagues. In his first 3 starts, Jared Washburn, Roy Halladay, and John Lackey, and now Shields. Looper into center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Bartlett is aboard. Jason Bartlett with the leadoff single.
Take a look at the Baltimore Orioles behind Brian Mattis. In the outfield, Nolan Reimold in left. Felix.
Instead of one go-to pitch, he's got 3.
Line shot, base hit. Bartlett, first hitter of the game, gets to Roy Halladay, and he's at first base.
Closer look at Roy Halladay, the scouting report.
The 2-2. And there's a base hit to center field. Bartlett with a battle against CeCe, and Bartlett wins with a 1-out single.
Well, you wonder if that at bat right there will give the Rays some confidence. That is a big league at bat. Finishes it off with a base hit up the middle. You saw every pitch from CeCe Sabathia, fouled off the tough ones, and finally got a pitch to hit.
Time. There goes Bartlett. The pitch is a ball, no throw. Bartlett steals second. That's his 22nd stolen base of the year in 25 attempts. And the Rays have the potential tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, Moeller couldn't get a grip. Good jump by Jason. He couldn't get a grip. Plus, I think he believed it was a strike. But he tried to rush it. On the transfer, he couldn't get the right grip. A good score.
Ground ball. It's going to go through into left field. Upton will have to stop at third. Saunders got to the ball, charging it in left. As the ball finally got through the left side, and now the Rays have men at first and third.
With BJ stealing second base there, what that did, Tuiasosopo played up and even with the bag, maybe thinking bunt. And because of that, you saw him miss on that dive, and it gave Bartlett a chance to get one through the hole on the left side.
Well, with 2 men on and nobody out, Carl Willis, the pitching.
Definite correlation between the two.
Now Bartlett drives it through the left side into left field for a base hit. 1-out single. His first hit of the game.
But that's not what they expected to get from him, was the offense. He swung the bat real well. This is the only ball Burley's left out over the plate like that in a few innings. But again, we're back to that bend but not break situation. We'll see how he tries to pitch out of this.
Winner here in game 5. Now a base hit into left off the bat of Jason Bartlett, and the go-ahead run is on. As the Rays are getting good swings now against Ryan Madsen.
1-2 the count to Jason. A little tap, third base side. That's a fair ball, and that's going to be an infield hit. That ball stayed fair. Marty Foster on the call, and Bartlett is aboard to lead off the inning.
Well, we've seen that here at home on this turf and this dirt, that it's good. If it goes down the line, it's going to stay fair. And it was inside the bag. Nothing Mike Lowell could really do. Bartlett was running pretty well.
There's a line drive and a base hit up the left side. So the Rays have the first 2 men on as Hockey stops at second. Bartlett smoked the liner over the head of Mora.
Well, Bartlett was very well aware that Mora was up in case of a bunt, and because Mora was up for the bunt, he's able to get this ball over his head. If Mora's back, probably a line out to third. Take a look, but he's up, and the ball goes right over his head. I mean, that might have been over his head anyway, but definitely being up, he had no chance. Ball zipped right by him.
And there's a line drive and a base hit over Roberts' head and into center field. So Bartlett is aboard to open the 7th.
Third time around the lineup, the Rays hitters are making some adjustments now off of Wehata.
And they're coming out swinging. He's throwing strikes.
You bet.
They found out they can't really afford to get behind him.
American League in saves, only behind Frank Francisco's got 9 for the Rangers.
Where'd he come from?
Bartlett into left field. Fast start for the Rays in the 9th. Third hit for Jason Bartlett.
Bartlett came in hitting 340. Everybody's looking fastball, obviously. Ball's up a little bit. Sometimes you feel like you're not throwing hard enough, but when everybody's looking for it, they can get to it.
3 hits tonight out of the number 8 spot in the Rays order. Here's Michel Hernandez.
The tightrope without a net. Other guys have closer stuff, if you will. Good fastball, great breaking ball, but they don't have that comfort level with the fate of their team in their hands.
Base is clear for Bartlett. And fisted up the middle. Ball bounced off the left side of the mound for Lowry. Close play, and he beat it. Late call. Kotsay will argue. Terry Francona might come out and grouse. Lowry thought he got him. It's an infield hit.
Well, Brian O'Noa, the first base umpire, had a good look at it, and Jason Bartlett runs well. Lowry unloads in a hurry, but Bartlett extends and beats the throw. The one thing umpires have as an advantage over instant replay, they have sound. The foot hitting the bag and the ball hitting the glove. Two distinct sounds.
See it right here. There's the ball's in the glove, but we don't know if it's gotten in the pocket yet, but hasn't made the sound yet. You're right. Kind of a bang-bang play, and that always goes to the runner.
Goes Bartlett, a wave and a miss, and the throw down is not in time. A stolen base by Bartlett. The Rays didn't waste any time in getting Bartlett into scoring possession in second. That's his 5th stolen base.
Good jump. Great steal. Not looking back. Straight into the bag.
There goes a man stealing third. There's no throw. Bartlett, who is so good at stealing third, comes up with his 6th stolen base of the year. Pitch was a strike to Crawford.
And it puts a little bit more pressure on Ramirez not to bounce the ball, especially with 2 strikes and on Barrett.
Gabe Kapler, who got caught in the 4th inning after a base hit by Zobrist with 2 down, rounding third base, not realizing that it was indeed a hit, and ended up getting caught in a rundown off the glove of his Taurus, and that'll be a base hit. So Bartlett is on with a leadoff single here in the 8th. Time for you to.
You'll never see a greater catch look easier than Upton made that one. Bartlett has a base hit. You know, Kevin, it's interesting. You made this comment about Long. There's something not right with him. He can't.
7 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 9 Ks to go 3-0. Base hit right field. Ichiro coming up. Here's the throw. They got a chance. They didn't get him. Boy, Iwamura scoring on his countrymen. It's 7-0 Tampa Bay.
It's almost for Bartlett. Whatever he does offensively is a tremendous bonus because of his ability to play a great shortstop.
And he's got another base hit, 5th hit in the series for Jason Bartlett. So the Rays look up and they see a .365 batting average, and I think they're thrilled about that from their shortstop.
They thank the Minnesota Twins every day.
Every day.
For Matt Garza and Jason Bartlett.
And that's nothing against Delvin Young, who's a pretty good player, but
what the 2 guys did for the Rays, especially last year and on into this year, tremendous. I asked him yesterday, how many folks do you have here Friday? He said over 100. So between Pattenborough, Bartlett, there's somebody else.
Joe Nelson.
Pretty good jump off of second base on that last pitch toward home.
Morales threw out a runner yesterday in Cleveland, the first catcher to throw one out. Little looper into center field, a little dive for a base hit. Span comes up firing.
Ball comes through, and it's an RBI single for Bartlett, and now a 3-0 lead.
Well, Bartlett picks up his 6th RBI of the year. Kind of an inside-out, soft little liner into right center. Able to get the barrel of the bat out and hit that ball in front of Span. It's a 3-0 Rays lead.
Well, right now that wild pitch looms awfully large, allowing Navarro to get to second base, and now Upton at the plate. Upton.
Consistent bases.
Fly to left. Young going back to the fence, leaps, and it's gone. A home run. Bartlett with his 3rd home run of the year. Just got it over the wall and out of Young's reach for a solo home run in the 9th against Murillo.
Well, what major league hitters are going to do, they're going to sit on the fastball, and that's what it was right there, a fastball middle in. And Bartlett opened up quickly and hit it just on the other side of Delmon Young's glove, just over the fence. Sit on the fastball. And Bartlett opened up quickly. Delmon Young giving chase. He leaps right here and just runs out of room.
Easy. Andy and Molina probably a good matchup for the Rays to keep them slowed down. And of course, Andy's 15-4 against Tampa Bay in his career.
And the pitch to Bartlett is skied to right center and deep, giving chase as Swisher on the run on the track, looking up. See ya! Leadoff home run for Jason Bartlett. That got out in a hurry, and the Rays are on the board.
Well, Jason Bartlett, he's got his home run stroke down this year. He's got 4 home runs. This is his 4th. He hit 1 all of last year. And he's substituting for B.J. Upton in the leadoff spot tonight, and gets the Rays on the board in a hurry. Something out over the plate. He quick stroked it, and this ball kept carrying towards the bullpen and finally went out. It's 1-0.
4, 5, 6 pitches.
Swing and a drive down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. Jason Bartlett had 1 home run all year. He just tied the game.
Gets another hanging breaking ball, and he has seen it before in this at-bat, and he liked this one. He was able to keep it fair just inside the left field foul pole and deep into the seats. No stride whatsoever, and you're able to get your hands through because it's a hanging curveball.
So how big is the caught stealing?
That's the Geico quote of the game. First pitch, meanwhile, to Jason Bartlett, and he has hit it out. How about Jason Bartlett? Jumps on the first pitch and makes it a 10-0 game here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Rays are all over this one. And Bartlett, who homered in the 7th inning of the game yesterday in Baltimore, hit one out to center in Baltimore. He lines this one out of here to left to start the bottom of the 3rd.
Take a look at the pitch right here. It's right down the middle, and he squared it up again, and you knew immediately when he made contact it was gone. And Ben Zobrist was talking in the postgame show yesterday that Jason's gotten a little stronger, bumped up a little bit this year. They knew immediately that bump one in Baltimore yesterday was
Upton in the batter's box. There goes Bartlett. The pitch is a strike, and the throw will skip through into center field. Bartlett has himself a stolen base. Now the Rays keep the pressure on. 4 stolen bases for the Rays the first time through the order.
And you got to go for it. I mean, this game's got a long ways to go. And hey, you know, you take advantage of what they give you. Chen-Ming Wong is slow to the plate in the stretch, runner at first, and Posada bouncing that ball. Unfortunately, I could take a line drive away right there where he's at.
There's a line shot up the left field side, back into the corner. Extra bases. This will tie the game as Navarro scores, and Jason Bartlett continues to swing a very hot bat. Boy, there wasn't any question. That sounded good. Headed up the left field line.
Sure did. Short, compact, quick swing right there. He got a little two-seamer in, and he turned on it. He wasn't going to let Bartolo Colon get in on him, and he got through it, too. A lot of ground ball out so far, but he got through that ball. Take a look from the side, how he gets in right there. Look at that head down on the ball. What kind of concentration right there. The high finish.
He continues to be the leading American League shortstop in the hit. Fly ball headed toward left center field. That's in there. Extra bases off the bottom of the wall. And Bartlett has himself a double. And I'll tell you, that's the new and improved version of Bartlett. He worked to get stronger over the winter, and boy, he drove that ball off the bottom of the wall in deep left center field.
He's real compact with his swing. Gets a fastball right down the middle, but he squared it up. Nice short swing. Gets through the ball. Gets the front foot down nicely. Very short stride. And hits a sure double in the left center field. I got to believe this would be Brad Penny's last hitter right here. As well as Bill Carmen's been throwing down there in the bullpen. Had a good.
Bartlett lines it down the left field line. It is a fair ball. Heading towards the corner. Dwayne Wise goes to dig it out. It's a double for Jason Bartlett.
Boy, and that's a big hit. Great at bat. He took the pitches. He was up 3-0. Ends up taking a pitch and gets right back in it. Now he has this 3-2 pitch. He knows he's going to get a fastball. A little tail to it. He drives it down the left field line, and now they're set up. And Ozzy's going to have to make another move to go to the left-hander in the bullpen.
And Jason Bartlett, who has singled, popped out, struck out. Lined into left, the base hit. Gross to second. He'll stop there as Anderson gathers it in left. The Rays have something going with 2 down here in the 8th.
Well, I think you go one more batter with him right here because you got another left-hander coming to the plate. But clearly you're seeing guys seeing him a second time around again, and they're not waiting around for anything else. They realize he's got something other than that fastball to get him out with. They're going to hit that fastball if they get it.
So Gross.
There goes Bartlett. The pitch is a strike. Play at second base. The count is 2-1.
The White Sox weren't worried about it with a 2-run lead, but what it does for the Rays, it eliminates the double play on the ground right now.
Bartlett gets credit for a steal on the move up. Now he's going to third, and the pitch is foul. The other. And Bartlett. Part of that inning here Tuesday night, they intentionally walked him to get Crawford's left-handed bat up there. And a base hit into left for Bartlett. Down to second goes Navarro. How about this? It's going to be Crawford and Gonzalez again.
I'm telling you, those good hitters, they get that line-up turnover, get that fifth at bat, they end up getting their 2 hits that night.
So a reenactment.
Bartlett
Tuesday night coming up.
And Bartlett just proved that. Nice short swing, fluid right there. One thing about.
And there's a base hit shot through the middle. Bartlett singles. He's aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. He will pinch hit for Kapler.
This is a slider by Bobby Jenks, and Jason Bartlett really was short and compact to the ball. Centering it right back through the middle.
Walks, and because of that, they improved dramatically.
Slice towards the gap in right center field. Long run for Markakis. He won't get there, and it bounces up into the crowd. That'll be a ground rule double. So heading to third and holding there is Gross, and Tampa Bay has its first threat of the night. Second and third and 1 down.
Bartlett stays on this pitch. It's just up a bit. They were trying to go down and away. Watch the target of the catcher and where the ball ends up. It's up out over the plate, and he stays on it. Another good example of hitters using the entire field, not trying to pull the ball to do damage. He just drove it up the power alley to the opposite field.
2-2 to Bartlett, who is 3 for 3. All infield singles. And this one's a line drive, and it's going to drop in front of Matt Holliday. So Jason Bartlett is 4 for 4. So a big night for Bartlett, and that's now 13 hits for the Rays.
Hanging slider from Dan Geisen. Probably feels great to get a ball out of the infield for a hit, but I guarantee you he'll look at the paper and he sees 4 hits tomorrow. He doesn't care.
That's to left. A sinking liner, and Kubel smartly plays it on a hop. Bartlett has his second hit. And we're 2 out.
Bartlett stolen base last night, won America a free taco from Taco Bell. Visit a participating Taco Bell on Tuesday, October 28th. And you can thank the guy who just got a hit to center, Bartlett, for the steal. And on Tuesday, October 28th, between 2 and 6 p.m., you get a free taco. So Bartlett has been on base twice and added an RBI. And that's how the 7th inning begins as Iwamura.
77 with an on-base percentage of .250. Well, the Rays have walked him 3 times and he scored twice.
Right.
Here's Jason Bartlett drilling one through the hole. He has another good night at the plate. Jason 3 for 4, picking up hit number 10 for the Rays.
Good quick swing once again. He's so locked in right now. But with his good hitting mechanics, he's going to hit. Short to the ball. Quick swing. You got at home with the family for a week and you got to go back.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough.
1-1 the count to Bartlett. There's a little looper and a base hit into right. So Bartlett opens the inning with a base hit. It'd be nice to score some runs. We were getting a little nervous up here. Don't forget to get in on the 09 Rays action with exclusive on-field seating with your group of 50 or more at the Checkers at home in Texas.
In Texas, yeah.
Ground ball sharply hit off the glove of Tejada into left. Burrow's going to run through the stop sign, and he is safe at the plate. Down to second base goes Bartlett. Well, Pat Burrow ran right through Tom Foley's stop sign, but it all worked out as he scores the first run of the night for the Rays. It's now 2-1, and Bartlett drives in the run and is now in scoring position.
Yeah, and Jason's already 2 for 3 tonight. That's why I really like him leading off. He's so clutch, just as he was a year ago. He gets the Rays' first RBI of 2010. That's a fastball right down the middle. Let's take a look right here. There's Tom Foley coming into your screen right here. He's got the stop sign up, and Pat says, I'm the speedster here. And if Wieters picks it, Pat is out. It wasn't a bad throw. Left-hander when the ball hits the... For 2 for 2 night, single, stolen base, home run, RBI.
Wrapped up the road trip with a home run and opens the homestand with a home run. There's a soft little looping liner that's going to be a base hit. Jeter got to it on one hop. Jason Bartlett is 3 for 3 tonight.
And that's all for Joe Girardi. He's seen enough.
Ending, he will sign another contract.
Yep. Nice play. Eric Chavez throws wide. Crosby cannot get the tag on him, but a good try by Bobby Crosby. It's going to be a hit for Jason Bartlett.
3 hits for Bartlett. He's not left the infield once tonight. So hit ball to third, short, and now Chavez, a great play, immediately coming up to throw to first base. Strong throw, but just happened to be up the line. And once again, Bartlett showing his excellent speed, beating out the infield hits. So came into the play hitting .352 in the season. Perfect.
Ron, mental mistake. Yeah, you've been in that situation before. Right. I mean, you almost have to go, okay, if that ball's over to the left, here's a base hit to left field by Bartlett, but you have to take off. I mean, once you hesitate, you might as well stay there, right?
You have to. As soon as you know the ball's hit past the pitcher, you have to be going. The other thing was his leadoff. He did not get far enough down the third base line to where he could definitely take that option away from.
League last year in strikeouts among relievers with 92. There goes Bartlett. Good jump. The pitch is down and the throw's not in time. Bartlett steals his third base of the year. And now the Rays have the potential tying run in scoring position.
Great jump by Jason Bartlett. You see he's not looking back. That's a straight steal. He's looking for the bag. Kepler taking it all the way, giving him a chance to steal it. Good job by Gabe also. He saw that Bartlett had the good jump.
There's a line drive base hit into left field for Bartlett. And the Rays have a base runner here in the seventh. A one-out single.
Quick swing right there by Bartlett. Knew he was on 92 because he fouled the first pitch straight back. He got another one and squared it up nicely. Look at this. Nice load on the back leg. Great extension. Finishing off that swing on about a 92 fastball.
Ended up giving a walk-off to Overbay and then Cabrera, Toronto and the Yankees.
Cabrera charges, throws on the run, not in time. Bartlett beats it out, so it's an infield hit. Remur goes down to third. Fourth consecutive hit and the sixth hit overall here in the third inning.
Cabrera could not get a lot on the throw, being hit very slowly. So Upton, who struck out to start the inning on a 3-2.
The Rays struck first here today. A solo home run by Evan Longoria to begin the second. Long inning for Vasquez. Ended up striking out the side. Out of the reach of both Uribe and Cabrera. Finds its way into left, and Bartlett finds his way on to first.
Now that's an AstroTurf base hit. Right there, he's out in front of a breaking ball, and he got just enough with perfect placement. But if this is on the grass, see how it hits so much grass, the grass would have ate that up and slowed it down. But because it's AstroTurf, it's still able to squeak through for the base hit. Watch him reach. Anytime you reach for the ball and you're able to hit it on the ground, you hope you find a hole. And it just shot through it.
Bartlett at first to begin things.
Oh, to left field. Jason Bay going back. It's going to be over his head and off the base of the wall. Scoring from second is Gross. Bartlett to second, and he's in safely. An RBI double, and the Rays take a 3-0 lead.
Bartlett continuing to have a good year this year, hitting .340 coming in. You see this right here, fastball, middle. He's all over it. This ball's in the gap in a hurry, bounces off the wall. You think he got a shot at second base, throw off the line a little bit right there, or they would have. RBI double by Bartlett. You see Penny humping on something right there, thinking, uh-oh, he knows it's trouble. Doesn't look like he's flying right here, but he gets there.
And a base hit back to the middle. Bartlett is 2 for 2. Jason continues to swing a hot bat.
Is he compact or what with this swing? Just short to the ball with the lead arm. Gets right inside it. Good finish. Watch this. Good balance. Very short stride. Look at him get inside the ball right there. That's perfect. Head down on the ball and drills it right back through the box. That's how you get that backspin. That arm.
3-1 pitch, and a little popper into shallow left. That ball, a broken bat, base hit. Here comes Zobrist in to score. Hockey's going to go to third, and the Rays take a 2-1 lead on Bartlett's base hit. The barrel end of the bat wound up near the hole between short and third. And the ball into shallow left center field out of the reach of Lugo. And it's Bartlett who comes through to drive in the run.
That's a good job. Watch him get his hands inside the ball. I mean, he did bloop it and saw the bat off, but he knew he wasn't going to get anything good to hit, but yet he expanded his own zone to get the RBI in and keep this inning going with first and third now and 1 out. That ball was in off the inside corner. Jason knew he wasn't going to get a ball down the middle. He knew the situation, but he expanded his own zone and delivers. In on your hands, the slider will have a bigger break, and it's about 81. That was a slider.
And a little hopper that skips its way through the right side, just out of the reach of Betterman, and likewise for the second baseman Lillibridge.
You kind of get lulled to sleep on that slider. It's 81 to 83 miles an hour. Then he'll zip a cutter 85, 86 on your hands. That was more of a slider right there. And Jason stayed inside it and put it in between the first baseman and the second baseman.
It would seem to me that he has right there.
The Rays made last year getting Bartlett and Garza for the Minnesota Twins. Garza, the League Championship MVP last year. A couple of wins, and Bartlett solidified the defense.
That's a fair ball. Long throw for Chavez, not in time. Infield hit for Jason Bartlett.
Well, Chavez used the turf for a reason, deep at third base, but once he had to back up right there, the ball took a little funny hop, so he took a couple of steps, and then great throw using the turf. Stretched by Bobby Crosby, but Bartlett runs too well. But the fact that Chavez had to back up into foul territory, that allowed Bartlett to get a little bit extra takeoff from home plate and beat it out for an infield hit.
And he is a stolen base threat. Bartlett had 20 steals last year. He's 5 for 5 this year.
As though it were a strike, then pointed to first baseman Fielding Colbert.
Here's a swinging bunt that Pedro Feliz can't handle. And it's bases loaded, 1 out. Charlie Manuel saw the same thing we did, came out to argue mildly, but was confused, as was the Phillies bench, and certainly Brett Myers. And the result is now bases loaded, only 1 out, as Pedro Feliz can't make the barehanded pickup, an infield hit by Bartlett. Again, let's go back to Rocco.
Bartlett shoots it toward the middle and through. Base hit to center. Navarro advances to second. And the Rays come right back, putting 2 men on with 1 out in the bottom of the third.
And Deanna Navarro had to freeze just in case Brian Roberts backhanded that ball. He did the right thing. Nice job by Deanna. Take a look on the right side of your screen with Deanna Navarro. Well, it looks like from his vantage point, like maybe Brian Roberts had a shot at catching it in the air. And then you see Navarro cruising into second base after that. So he did the wrong. Jason, that's a good read by Jason Bartlett to take that.
He lines it into left, a base hit. Burrow will score. The game is tied. Jason Bartlett comes through, shoots a low liner through the left side of the infield. And the Rays are on the board. The bases remain loaded. It's a 1-1 ball game.
Yeah, they decided to come right back with the fastball in the 1-0 count, and Bartlett was all over it. And is he hit clutch with runners in scoring position. Good, short, compact swing.
You know, that's why that first pitch was really such a great pitch for him to take, to lay off, because you just knew he was smelling a fastball, and if he got one, he's going to hit it hard somewhere.
Apropos of it.
And worthy of Hall of Fame consideration, no doubt about it, and got very close.
Did he?
Down the line, diving at third is Lowell, can't get it. It's down in the corner as Jason Bartlett heads for second base. And you know, you look back over his numbers and you wonder if he had not sacrificed 3 complete seasons in the prime of his major league career to serve in the U.S. Navy during World War II.
That's it.
That's the difference.
Yeah, because he had 13 years.
Yeah.
3 more probably would have been huge for him.
Right in the middle of his career.
Right.
So
Oh, that's, I think there was a lot of guys like that back then. Even Ted went away.
Right.
In the middle of his prime of his career. Meanwhile, he had 521.
Cutter yet. That pitch inside that's so good for him.
And that ball hammered into left field. Bartlett has a leadoff single. So isn't it a funny game? Lester in the postseason retired 15 consecutive leadoff men. Now has given up a walk in the second to start that inning, and a base hit to Bartlett here in the third.
Now, Jason Bartlett hits very well against left-handed pitchers. For the season, he has hit .379, and he is now 5 for 9 against John Lester. Watch how he keeps his bat back on the breaking ball. Takes his stride, his hands separate from that front foot, and he's able to really get after that breaking ball that was about knee-high.
Doesn't want the attention. There's a shot up the gap into left center field off the bat of Bartlett. All the way to the wall. Ibar hitting third. He's on his way to the plate. Bartlett digs for 3, and he's in there with a triple. Jason Bartlett with his second triple of the year. Drives in Ibar. That will make it 10-2.
Seems like we talk about Jason Bartlett every night on the pregame show, but this is why, because every night he does something special. His third time on base. Look at this pitch. Fastball out over the plate. Boy, he rifles it into left center field, and he's looking 3 right out of the box. He's looking 3 right out of the box and gets it easily.
So Bartlett's at third with nobody out.
There's nobody out. I'm sitting on that fastball, right? This guy throws 98 miles an hour. And he throws that.
It's not just Bartlett. It's those other guys sitting in the dugout watching, too, and they're going, uh-oh, where did that pop up from?
And you got to file that away. Here's 2-2, and this ball's ripped to the gap. He went to the fastball, and this is going to run all the way to the wall. This is triple territory.
96-mile-an-hour fastball on the inner half down. Pretty good job of hitting there. A lot of times you just tip the hat to him.
He's now got a 13-game hitting streak. This Jason Bartlett. He's been very impressive.
See his fastball start to ride in. What he did, he really cleared that front side well. Watch that left hip open up in the left knee and allow the shoulder to go to get the bat head to it, to where we saw a guy like Longoria try to turn on the baseball and let it get deeper into the zone. That time he was able to turn on it in a hurry and get it out of there.
That'll bring up Dioner Navarro. 2 for 5 in the.
A good read.
Yeah.
Down at third.
Definitely. You got to make sure the ball's by the pitcher too. If it's hit the short or second.
And there's a little looper into short right. That's going to fall. Base hit, and Bartlett does it again. This game is tied. Jason Bartlett just lifting that one, a short little looping fly ball into right to drive home Zobrist. Jason is 2 for 2.
And that's the one thing Jason, I'm sure, was trying not to do, is pull the ball to third base. He was trying to go up the middle or the other way, just use the field. Look how short that swing is. That's just a nice fluid swing, just squaring the ball up. Not a real forceful swing. He's just trying to make sure he got the run in by hitting the ball the other way or up the middle, and ends up getting a base hit out of it.
He came into the game hitting .490.
0-1 line drive, base hit center field for Jason Bartlett. He's been the other big story. He now has an 11-game hitting streak, and he just came off the DL. He missed the last 19 ball games with an ankle sprain. Let's check in with Mark Stout with tonight's Mike Shaw Auto Update. Mark?
All right, Drew, when you win 11 ball games in a row, the question.
2-2, and this is punched to right, and it's going to be a base hit. The throw went all the way through, but they couldn't get Greg Gross. So runners at first and third. Dioner Navarro coming up, who drove in the first run for Tampa Bay.
When this ball was hit to right field and Hop went over to get on it, I'm thinking, all right, this is going to second base, and he just airs it out. And it happened to cut on him just a little bit at the very end. You may have had a close play on Gabe Gross / Greg Gross at third.
Do you know what, George?
Yes, sir.
And a looper into center. That ball's going to fall. Base hit. Bartlett's second hit tonight, dropping it in front of Ross in center field.
And you could see Paulino putting a glove on the ground. He wanted Badenhop to get this ball way down. But Bartlett was able to get to this slider and drop it into center field. He wanted it lower than that. Wasn't a bad pitch. It's just a better piece of hitting by Bartlett.
Willie Ibar.
And now it's how long can he keep on keeping on? Bartlett is going to punch one in the left. Remember, he had the home run back in the second. He's 2 for 2 now with a single. That'll bring up former Ranger Gabe Kapler. And success, I think. He threw 12 great fastballs in the first inning against San Diego and was overmatching the Padres. That ball tagged by Bartlett into left center field. Murphy going back, looking up, and this ball jumps out of here. Jason Bartlett, his 8th of the year. And the Rays are on the board. It's 3-1. Very similar to where the Andrew Jones home run went.
And that's a great example of pitching in the big leagues, falling behind and grooving a fastball. The Devil Rays are good hitters. He's behind 3-1. He throws him a fastball right down the middle of the plate, and it gets hit for a home run. Now, when you get behind in the count and you have to throw a fastball, and the hitter's a good hitter, looks for it and gets one right down the middle, generally those balls are hit hard.
First place in the East. Runner goes down low. Throw is not going to be in time. Tough one to throw on, and Bartlett is 8 out of 9 now as he gets the stolen base.
Well, part of being a good manager is to know your personnel. So again, you pick the guy that's pitching. You pick the runner that you know can make it. You've already timed Jimmy Johnson. You know how deliberate he is to the plate, what the time zone is. You've already timed, your scouts have timed Greg Zahn. So for guys that can run, it's almost an exact
cycles in order here for him today.
He came close to hitting one out in the second when he hit one off the top of the wall in left for his triple. He's at second base now. Here's Gabe Kapler. He's stealing third, and there will be no play. He is so good at stealing third. A strike to Kapler. The 11th stolen base of the year for Bartlett.
Watch him keep his feet moving right here. They never made him stop out there. Once Aquino turned and looked home, Bartlett was gone. You got to make him stop. He kept his feet moving. That's the key to stealing a base, especially third base. It's an old Ricky Henderson trick. Ricky Henderson always kept his feet moving, even from first base. And you got to make him stop, and the Indians didn't.
Now the infield.
You got a nice hole on the right side. You got a base stealer. They have to put their concentration on Jason Bartlett to some degree.
There he goes. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is high. Stolen base for Bartlett. That's number 16 for him. Jason is 16 of 17 in the steal department.
Yeah, good jump by Bartlett, and Paulino has to rush the throw because of it, and that's why he threw it high. And Ramirez saves it from going into center field, although Cody Ross was closing fast in center. Look at that save by Ramirez. Play basketball the way he can leap right there. Gee, what a great play.
And he's looking for a little retribution after the home run Johnny Damon had in his last outing. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And that one to center. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So again, Tampa Bay will get the potential tying run up as Bartlett delivers his second hit. And Kapler coming up.
Actually, they're going to pinch hit with Gabe Gross, Gary, as they go.
47 runners in scoring position for Jason.
And a one-hop base hit into left. Crawford scores. The bases will remain loaded. Sharply hit. Bartlett drives in the run with his second hit of the night. That makes it 7-4.
That's a quick swing right there. Short, compact swing. Fastball was down. They were trying to go in a little bit more. But Jason was able to get through it and shoot it crisply past Bartlett. That shortstop.
Yeah, this may be where you start the runner. Ibar doesn't have great speed, but you figure Hendrickson's going to be throwing a strike. Nope, he doesn't move.
Down to third. That is a fair ball. Mora could not get it. Rolls into foul territory. Ibar headed for third. PA will get it into the cutoff man, and it is a double for Bartlett. And with one away, the Rays have runners at second and third.
But again, you come a little bit predictable unless you're going to change speeds when you're behind. So here's the fastball. He's looking for the fastball. Now you see why Beckett threw him all the breaking balls. And again, you're playing off the line, even though maybe, as we watch again, barrel the bat to the ball. Out in front, looking for his pitch. Speeds up the bat. Hooks it down into the corner.
So a dangerous time right here. I was just looking. Bartlett's
try to open up this lead because I'd like to get another inning at least out of Andy Sonnenstein. That the bullpen's been used so frequently the last 5-6 days.
There's a little looper back of first, fair. Extra base is coming for Bartlett. He's headed to second with a leadoff double as Chu comes up with the ball in foul territory. Bartlett with a triple, a single, and now a two-base hit.
Take a look at the pitch right here. Just right down the middle. He just stayed inside it. He hit it real hard, but did stay inside it. Drops it into right field for the double. And he does have home run power this year, so that's not out of the question that it's.
And the 1-2's left up. That's a fair ball. That was a hanger, and it's ripped down the line by Bartlett. He's going to have himself a double. Bartlett has a 2-hit night. And the hits piling up for Tampa. They have 13 of them.
There's another shot of it. It's just going to be right down the line. But look where the pitch was again, folks. It's up into the strike zone. And even though Stewart's playing a little bit off of the line, you're not going to do anything with this. That ball was hit.
1-0 final in Atlanta. There's a base hit and more. Up the right field line. Bartlett's on his way to second. A bobble out there by Carroll. But Bartlett was going to be in there anyway. Has himself a double. His 14th double of the year.
And he's talking about doubles. He doubled up on the curveball, and Bartlett was ready for it. Nice short swing. Shoots at the right field right there. It's the Checkers double of the game. A little bit of a pattern there. Now, all game long, he hasn't pitched too many patterns, but he's been doubling up on the changeups and doubling up on the curveballs. And Jason was.
But he had a little drop off in velocity in the spring. He was a little under the weather. Base hit into center field for Bartlett. One run is in as Pena crosses the plate. He's followed across by Zobrist, and Jason Bartlett makes it a 4-1 ball game. Boy, Bartlett continues to be something else. He came in leading the American League in hitting with men in scoring position. He delivers again.
That's a slider down and away. It's not a bad pitch. It's just a better piece of hitting by Jason Bartlett. Boy, he waited on it well and just squirted up right back through the middle.
Oh, look at those kids.
Bouncing ball slowly past Pelfrey. Tough play for Cora with the bare hand. Can't get him. And Bartlett beats it out for an infield hit. Once you get it past the pitcher, makes it a very difficult play.
That's like a swinging bunt. Cora does all that he can do. He bare hands it cleanly, but that's called smelling that hit. Nice scoop by Murphy, who, by the way, has been doing a very adequate job at first base for someone learning on the job.
Both sides of the plate. No pattern to him.
And there's a looper into right. That ball's going to fall. Base hit, and the hitting streak continues. Jason Bartlett on a 1-2 pitch drops it into short right. That gives him a 19-game hitting streak, and that is a franchise record.
Yeah, you got a fastball inside corner, got inside it just enough to drop it into right field in front of Jason Worth and beyond Chase Utley. Well-deserved standing ovation for Jason Bartlett here. So 3 walks and a hit batter in that first.
3-2 and a base hit shot into left field in the hole between short and third. 2 runs will score, and Bartlett does it again. He drives in 2 more. He has 5 runs batted in tonight. A single through the hole on the left side, scoring Longoria and Pena.
Well, 3-2 pitch, fastball. Look at it, location was missed. It's up and in, and he shortened the swing. We're going to get inside it. Score it up. We're in a sweet spot.
And the Rays now lead 13-2.
Single in the 5th inning got it all started for Tampa Bay. The first of 5 straight hits off Pelfrey. It also extended Bartlett's hitting streak to 16 games. 3-2. Cracked into center field, a base hit. So Bartlett has his second hit of the day. A 1-out single in the 6th. Hit number 9 for the Rays. And it'll bring up the catcher, Dioner Navarro.
Pitcher spot.
Now Bartlett hits one high, deep to left. Garco back to the wall. That's going to be off the top of the fence. Bartlett around second on his way to third. He will stop at third base with a triple. Bartlett's first triple of the year. He made a bid for his 6th home run. And just on the top of the wall out there for 3 bases.
Well, you always watch the outfitters. They'll let you know if the ball's gone for sure or not. Garco looked like he had it tracked to make a play, so weren't quite sure if it was going to get out or not, but he hit it well, but it was a little bit high. The only reason he didn't hit it out, he didn't hit it on the line like he has been, but you take that. Just below the yellow railing on the padding right there, and Garco just misses it. Nice effort. And Bartlett was hustling all the way. I mean, he was looking for an inside the Parker. I mean, he wasn't taking anything for granted. He was busting his tip.
If a club claims you, you have a period of time to be able to work out some deal, or that club can pick you up without compensation, just pick up the salary.
Line to right field by Bartlett. Abreu's on the run, reaches up and won't get it. That'll tie the game. Bartlett's on his way for 3. It's an RBI triple, and we're even again, 7-7. And Jason Bartlett now is lacking just a single to hit for the cycle.
Well, I talked about his ability to track the baseball, not swinging it curveball after curveball in the dirt when Bolger got ahead. And coming in with the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Short, compact swing, but still drove that ball very well to right field over Bobby Abreu's head. Bartlett with that speed at third base with a triple.
There goes Bartlett. Barajas again. He's been busy. Safe this time.
Bartlett just a little bit quicker. And a good aggressive slide, I thought, at the end is what made that play. Again, another good pitch to throw on. Barajas comes out of there firing and makes a good throw, but look at the aggressive slide in the second base right at the end. Goes right into the bag hard. Scudero can't get that tag down in time, and it's another stolen base.
Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike, and the throw's not in time, so Bartlett gets to second on the steal. His 21st stolen base of the year.
Well, he made up for it, not tagging up. He's able to steal first pitch. And I saw Jason, when Ramirez came in, go into the dugout and check out what kind of times he had to home plate. And Jason's in there easily. That's what he did. As soon as Ramirez came in, he went into the dugout to check with the coaching staff to see what kind of...
And that's lined into left center field for a base hit. These guys can hit. So Bartlett is aboard to start the ball game, and Carl Crawford will be the hitter.
Well, it looks like a high fastball in the middle of the plate. Jams him a little bit, but it's a line drive into left field.
3 degrees warmer than it was last night. Last night was...
Read the ball and then come in and take it. He's going to try to stay right there.
And the bunt, third base side, pretty good. That's going to stay fair. And bases are going to be loaded. Bartlett right down that third base line. He had elected to see if it would go foul, but it was hard enough to stay fair.
Yeah, and right here, the Rays know that anything on that turf and on that dirt, it's going to stay fair. It's tapered, or it's going to stay fair. Look at that, perfectly tapered, manicured right there. And Bartlett did exactly what we talked about. He tried to make the third baseman field the ball to leave his position, so that would make sure that Hernandez would get to third. That's the right way you have to bunt it, and by doing that, you got a base hit out of it. Everybody's okay there.
Bartlett had been 0 for 14 in this series coming into today. A double in the first, single in the third, and he has scored 2 runs. All part of his 6-0 advantage for the Rays, who are looking for more. And Bartlett drives this out towards deep left center field. It'll be off the wall, scoring Brignac from third base. It bounces by Hall, and still running is Bartlett. He'll end up at third, and the Rays enjoy a 7-0 lead.
Line drive left field, base hit off the bat of Bartlett. Digging hard for third is Kapler. Digging it out is Langerhans. Are going to wave him in. Here's the throw from Josh Wilson. Out of time. And nobody covering third as the ball was cut off. And Tampa Bay has tied the score 2-2. They would have had a chance. Figgins is the secondary relay guy. He's not covering third.
He actually went down to a knee because of the relay. He didn't want to get hit in the head.
Exactly.
Take another look at it. Gets down in the corner. Langerhans cuts it off. Has a little bit of an issue. Makes a good throw to the cutoff man. Kapler running the whole way.
Here's a liner back toward the corner and left. That's going to one-hop the wall. Bartlett's on his way to second. He's going to make it standing up. Jason Bartlett on for the third time today. That's his 22nd double.
Making a little case for that leadoff spot, isn't he?
Yes,
the game he's had today against the best pitcher in the American League other than Roy Halladay is Zach Greinke. Oh, smoke, and he's looking 2 right away. DeJesus plays the ball well, but too much speed for Jason Bartlett. Easy stand-up double.
Now it's Carl Crawford.
Bartlett 1 hit in his last 11 at-bats. And that one is driven deep to left field. Going back, Wynn, looking up, see ya. An inauspicious beginning for Burnett as the Rays jump out to a 1-0 lead.
Well, that ends the answer to a trivia question for this year. Who was the player that had the most RBIs without a home run? It was Jason Bartlett. He had 20 runs batted in without a homer until this pitch. That's his first home run of the year, and another added bonus, his last 21 home runs have been solo shots. And that is getting close to the major league record. He's only 2 away.
You know the difference between the minor leagues and the major league level. Oh, here's a shot to left field.
The difference?
Jason Bartlett has tied the game.
They got a little bit better eye of the plate, I would say.
Well, you can see this pitch right here. Not located, and you probably know Sean O'Sullivan very well here. Jason Bartlett, quick bat. Now with his 11th home run on the season. Again, you talk about the difference seeing the pitches. That's an off-speed pitch. And as a pitcher, you're trying to get it down in the zone, and that ball was elevated enough. You see big league hitters don't make mistakes when they see a pitch out over the strike zone like that.
Jason Bartlett. And a line drive base hit for Bartlett. Boy, he didn't waste any time. He jumped on the first pitch fastball for a single. And Jason is 3 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you want to keep putting the throttle down because the Oakland A's have shown that they want to battle with you. So you just keep putting as many runs on the board as you can.
He did tag him up high, but I think it was before he got to the bag.
Vernon Wells tried to come in on that, but decided against it, took it on the one hop, and Jason Bartlett's at first base. 1 away here in the 7th, and the Blue Jays trying to limit the damage
You know, if there was one guy on the team last year who was an unsung hero, is that guy right there, Jason Bartlett. That trade that they made with Minnesota.
4 base runners, 4 hits. And a ground ball, deep short, backhanded by Green. Throw not going to be in time. The Rays going to run. Pena crosses the plate. Bartlett with a base hit and a run batted in to make it 2-1.
Jason so far tonight, that's on the leadoff spot. He's on base 3 times now. He found a hole there, made it a tough play for Nick Green. And the speed of Gabe Kapler and a good secondary lead by Gabe Kapler enabled him to get to second base, and Nick Green had no chance there. So he tries to go across the diamond, and because of Bartlett's speed, there's no chance.
And off first. And a base hit lined into center by Bartlett. He's on for the 4th time. That's his 3rd hit today. So Jason's over 340 now with these hits. Upton stops at second.
Bartlett sends one out towards the gap in right center field. Drew moving over into the slide. He knocks it down. But heading to second base is Jason Bartlett with a double to get the day started.
Well, Bartlett comes into the game a .308 career hitter against Lackey. He finds that gap in right center field. A sliding attempt by J.D. Drew, but he can't quite come up with it. See that inside swing on an inside fastball by Bartlett. Drew knocks it down, but Bartlett at second base with a double.
Here's Carl Crawford with a runner at second and nobody out here.
And he's also been pretty straight with the fastball. There's a base hit. Line drive off a fastball. And Bartlett is aboard.
You know, that one was pretty straight, and it was 91, and Jason Bartlett jumps all over.
2-2. It's up the right field side toward the line. In there for a base hit. England has it bounce away from him, and Bartlett will go into second base. So the Rays immediately have a man in scoring position on the base hit up the right side. That'll be a base hit and an error charged to England. He was charged with an error on Crawford's double here on Friday night.
England's primarily a second baseman through his career. Not to excuse that play, he just took his eye off.
And Sheets, #1 out of Northeast Louisiana in 1999. And there's a liner into left field, a base hit. Upton scores. Jaso headed to the plate. He will score. Ball hits the mound, and Bartlett takes off for second to throw beyond second, but backed up by Pennington. And out of all that, the Rays get 2 more runs, and Bartlett winds up at second when the throw back in hit the backside of the mound. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this is a hanging curveball right here, and I think that's why Ben Sheets was going for the fastball for the strikeout. He left it way up in the zone. And here's the throw that hits the mound, right in front of the mound, or the back of the mound from our vantage point. And Jason Bartlett's able to advance to second.
Aggressive lead, and there he goes.
And up the middle, Gross takes the turn, will easily scoot into third base. So now runners at the corners, and base hits coming right up the pipe against Roy Halladay.
They are not going to waste time. That if they are on first base, they are going to be aggressive. We've talked about that. B.J. Upton was talking the other day. He's saying that Joe Maddon just lets them run, lets them be aggressive.
Yesterday was a nationally telecasted game here from Fenway Park as this one drops in to Bartlett and gets by Hermida to the track of the wall. And instead of a single, perhaps, Bartlett now stands at second base with one out.
Yeah, this will be interesting scoring here to see if they rule out a single and an error on Hermida in left field. Looks like he wanted to try to make the play in the air, and then found out that he couldn't do so and tries to back off. When he backs off, the ball gets by him.
They rule it a single and an error.
At the time when they get the leadoff man on, they score. There's a little looper and a base hit for Bartlett. He's aboard with one out now.
Well, Jason does that extremely well, too. He goes the other way. We've seen him hit balls down the right field line. Saw him hit a ball in a gap in right center yesterday off of Greinke. He got that backdoor. Well, actually, that's an inside breaking ball right there. A couple of backdoor ones, and he tried to go in on his hands, and he's able to get his hands in and hit it on the sweet spot of the bat and drop it over Dustin Pedroia's head. But you know, the other thing about that, like the Angels and the Rays, one of the
Hard hit ball, one hop spear by Scudero at short. His throw is going to be late as he tried to use the turf to bounce it across, and Bartlett's speed beat it out.
Well, there's Bartlett on for the third straight time. 2 hits and a walk. And the Rays put the leadoff man on for the 4th time in 5 innings. You know, we've been concentrating on all these base runners the Blue Jays have had, but the Rays now put this leadoff man on again. See if they can build an inning on this.
Marco Scudero upset with himself as he used that turf for a couple.
On 2.74, 31 strikeouts in 23 innings. That's in 15 games. Grounded through the right side for a base hit. Rodriguez rounds third. He's coming home. The throw from Pena is wide, and that allows Bartlett to go to second. It is 8-2 Rays.
So in the long run, Bartlett does get his second hit. As he sneaks one through the right side, look at Pena. Only the second time in his career he's been in right field. Made a decent throw, offline. But it allowed Bartlett to get the second.
Counts on numerous batters tonight. Has thrown 80 pitches already. And there's a drive into right center field by Bartlett. Abreu moving over quickly, but he will not be able to get it. That bounces up against the wall. And Bartlett having a good night. Has a leadoff double here in the 5th.
Another good swing by Jason Bartlett against Sean O'Sullivan. But the pitch was elevated on the outside part of the plate. Sink action on the outside corner, you get a ground ball, but a pitch up in the zone, that's the result you're going to get. A good shot to right center field. Bartlett swinging the bat exceptionally well this season.
This guy's been used a little too much. Liner to left center. Coghlan trying to cut it off in the gap. He gets there. Bartlett round first. Coghlan wheels and throws. He is out. Great play. Oh, Chris Coghlan. Let's get some excitement in this one. Throws out Jason Bartlett. Ground ball up the middle. Barden dives. Got a piece of it, but it's going to trickle into center. And the Rays have cracked it open. 2 more come across. Bartlett drives in a pair.
He broke a long 0 for his last time up with a base hit. And Bartlett just squeaks one through. Slider just out of the reach, and just a piece of it Brian Barden got, but couldn't grab onto it, couldn't keep it in the infield, and Bartlett gets a couple of RBIs.
Here is Navarro.
And leading off today. He strokes it toward right center field. Creel on the run, and that one will not be caught. It one hops to the wall. Hernandez scores. Kepler's going to score. Bartlett's on his way to third with a triple, and the Rays get 2 more. These two charge to Colon, and the Rays make it 10-3. 5th triple of the year for Bartlett. He's on for the 4th time today out of the leadoff spot.
Yeah, Colon just throws one right down the middle and belled high. And Jason was all over it. This nice short compact swing. Easy triple for Jason Bartlett, making sure that Gabe Kapler being sent home, and they'll play it third base. The throw came home. Jason slides in.
Seattle a winner today at Minnesota. Ground ball fair inside the bag down the corner in third base. Here comes Bartlett rounding first. On his way to second. He'll stand with a double. He's now thinking 3 as the ball rattled around there. Here comes the throw. It's cut off in the slide, and he's safe. We'll wait for the ruling on that. It looked as though he was slowing down around second.
I think there was a bobble down there in left field that we couldn't see.
At any rate, he's standing at third base. The lead man is now at third. And a very late and awkward slide by Bartlett. Hope he's all right.
I was going to say the same thing. You know, they do not have sliding pits in Major League Parks anymore in spring training. I'm changing the world. When I become emperor, I'm changing this.
Take another look at the ball. Actually, I tell you what, Berkman never touched it.
Rolled right by him.
And it looked as though Bartlett was in between diving head first and sliding feet first, and kind of did both, if that makes sense.
I'm giving him a triple. What do you think?
I would think it's a triple. Denorfia leads off again at first. And again he runs. This pitch is lined into the gap in left center field. Rounding second, on his way toward third base. Denorfia getting the green light. He will score easily as that ball rolls all the way to the wall. Here comes Bartlett digging for third. He'll slide in safely. And the Padres have taken the early lead once again. It's 1-0.
Tell you what, Andy, they haven't been doing a lot of that, but more recently they've been getting ahead early and staying there, especially those last 2 games. But basically, when you get a shot like that with a guy running, you got to run in a guy at third. Now here's a chance for the number 3 hitter. Headley go for number 15 in the row. They can make it.
Third triple of the year for Bartlett. That ball rolled a long way right into the area of the 401 sign in left center. As Jerry pointed out, Denorfia was already on the run. He scored easily, and Bartlett slid it.
Surfing, fitness activities, badminton, ballroom dancing. Oh, Mud, that's you.
Absolutely, I'm all over it.
You're too young. Bartlett grounds to first, and he's safe. Bartlett beats Zito to the bag. You got to score that an infield hit.
It's good hustle.
That's the way you used to hustle down the line.
That's right. But I was out by half a step all the time.
Is there a little humpy hump? Yeah, see the feed from Huff and Zito. It's just a race to the bag. How close is it? Oh, yes. Absolutely. Good call. Bartlett's safe.
A one-out base hit for Bartlett then brings up Chris Denorfia.
Kurt, is there an entry fee for
only player for the Giants that is still at the position where when this game started is second baseman Burris. Line drive base hit. Bartlett greets Ramirez with a solid single. He's 2 for 3. So it's Sandoval for Tejada at third. Crawford
lead first and third. Here it is. Swinging a base hit to center. A line single. The tying run is in. The Padres have 2 on and nobody out. And they've jumped all over Cameron, too. Tell you what, these guys came in here with those very low batting averages, but you'd never know it according to this series. Here's Will Venable now, batting in the pitcher spot, batting for Qualls.
Padres were going to take the lead. And he squares the bunt, lays it up the third base line, charging Descalso. Bare hand pick on the run throw, not in time. So Jason Bartlett saw where Descalso was playing, laid down the bunt, and he is aboard now with 2 away.
That's his third hit. Wow. Doing okay.
So the bunt single sets things up here for Chase Headley with a man at first base and 2 away, tied at 1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Hey, your Pets at the top of the game. Well,
Good lead by Denorfia at first. 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball base hit right field. Good hitting there by Bartlett. Trying to take third now is Denorfia. He will slide in safely. Pence has a good arm. But Denorfia challenged it. And now they're at the corners with only 1 away for Chase Headley.
Well, Lopez having trouble. Struck out the first batter, then single.
3-hit day for Bartlett.
Headley going for 15 in a row. He got the 15th consecutive game that he got a base hit in. Not very often does that happen, believe me.
So Headley with a couple of doubles, a walk, a stolen base, and a ground out.
Ground ball by the third baseman Tejada and scoots out into left field. And Bartlett has a 3-hit night. And a walk when he scored 3 runs. Very productive evening. And a couple of steals as well.
He has done it all tonight. And Casilla flips up a slider. He goes down and gets that pitch rather than going the other way. Keeps his hands back nicely through the 5.5 hole. A good night.
Sergio Mitre has held the Padres in check. The pitch driven to left. This is trouble in the corner. Braun back. Oh, can't make the play. He got a glove on it, but he couldn't hold it, and Bartlett's going to have a double. That was a heck of an effort by Ryan Braun. He made a leaping try right at the board out there, the scoreboard, and got a glove on it. So Bartlett doubles to lead off the 6th. Base hit number 14 for San Diego today. You know, when we talked about the Padres in the opening game of this series, coming in here and these anemic batting averages that they had, they're
Bartlett, the leading base stealer for the Padres with 18. They lead the National League, and he's off. Denorfia takes, and it's an easy steal. Number 19 for Bartlett.
Zito into the stretch at the belt buckle, and he was off even before Zito made the first move towards home plate.
That's how Bory Wills, one of the best of all time, said it's easier to steal off left-handers. Sometimes you're going and they're just watching you. They've already made up their mind to go to the.
And the pitch to him, swinging a looping line drive, base hit. They're picking up where they left off last night. Padres last night trailing 8-0 before they mounted that big comeback and had a shot to win in the 9th before Ryan Ludwig finally bounced out to end the game. So Wolf has faced 2. He has given up a home run and a single to Bartlett. Here,
apropos sort of. And worthy of Hall of Fame consideration, no doubt about it, and got very close.
Did he?
Down the line, diving at third is low. Can't get it. It's down in the corner as Jason Bartlett heads for second base. And you look back over his numbers and you wonder if he had not sacrificed 3 complete seasons in the prime of his major league career to serve in the U.S. Navy during World War II.
That's it.
That's the difference.
Yeah, because he had 13 years.
Yeah.
3 more probably would have been huge for him.
Right in the middle of his career.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's I think there was a lot of guys like that back then. Even Ted went away.
Right.
In the middle of his prime of his career. Meanwhile, he had 521.
Into right field. 7th hit against Nolasco. And almost all of them have been of the hard hit variety.
And to the credit of the Padres, there have been some good hitting, some good approaches. They've taken some pitches the other way. They've hit a few pitches that are down a little bit.
Into right field. That's a base hit.
Really getting to the point where it's pretty unbelievable. Everything they hit's hard. Everything they hit finds a hole. And they're having good at bats.
Bartlett with 2 hits in the inning. Speaking of the Mets, this is where you need former Mets announcer Lindsey Nelson to say the Marlins were unable to sustain a drive, and we moved to further action.
.org.
That's where they'll get all the information.
There goes Bartlett. The throw, not in time, into center field, but with a head-first slide, Bartlett can't pick himself up and scamper on for another 90. So that's a second stolen base for Bartlett tonight. He now has 20, and the Padres will lead the National League with 93.
It's all in the jump. First move, he is off and running, and it looked like a pitch that was easy to handle for Whiteside. He just short hops him, and the runner in scoring position.
So anybody that's interested
on the homer by Hop. And there's a smash into left field. There's a base hit for Jason Bartlett. That snaps an 0 for 10 skid for him. And a 2-out single keeps the line moving here for Chase Headley.
Be interesting to see what happened to Carpenter in the innings that unfold, like the 4, 5, 6 innings. If the Padres start to get at-bats and hit the ball, that means maybe the stuff he had is why he's got a 1-4 record. We'll find out.
1-1 to Bartlett. Grounded sharply down the third base side. Knocked down by Johnson. Will have no play. Johnson diving toward the line. Knocked it down. But an infield single for Jason Bartlett. He's 2 for 2.
He saved the double. No question about that, Andy. That ball was headed for left field for 2. And the third baseman, Chris Johnson, I don't know where it came from, made a great stop.
So San Diego in the opening inning. Wolf is ready to work. A check of Bartlett, and there he goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second is not in time, and Jason Bartlett steals second. His 6th steal of the year. He actually slid into that throw from Nieves. Ball bounced away, but not far enough for Bartlett to advance.
Bartlett pulls that one down the left field line. That's a base hit. And Jason Bartlett gets to sit. Now, Gordy and Bobby are 2 guys that work hard on the crew, and this is one of the enormous moments in television history.